Hello guys, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. My name is James, and today we're going to go ahead and sit down and talk to you guys about Reading's upcoming fixture at home to Barnsley. Recently, Reading have had a little bit of success in the league. 2 wins out of the last 2 games, scoring 7 goals and only conceding 2 for a team that's 23rd in the table. It makes good reading. But this fixture is going to be a really difficult one for Reading. Barnsley at the moment are one of the best teams in the league, just outside the playoffs, and rarely lose away from home. Now, as we always do, we'll go ahead and take a look at the strengths and weaknesses of Barnsley, then we'll have a little more deep dive into their team. So to begin with, look at Barnsley's strengths. As you can see, counter-attacks, attacking down the wings and finishing scoring chances are the strengths for Barnsley. Something Reading will need to be wary of. Now, the weaknesses for Barnsley, there's quite a few which really did surprise me. Avoiding fouling in dangerous areas, aerial duels, defending against skillful players, stopping opponents from creating chances, and defending against through ball attacks. Now, listening to the weaknesses, that sounds perfect for Reading. Through ball attacks is very weak for Barnsley, and one of Reading's main style of plays is playing balls over the top for strikers to run on the end of. Aerial duels, something that Reading also aren't too bad at. Got a big, decent sized team, have Reading. Avoiding fouling in dangerous areas means a lot of set pieces, and I think Reading have got some good set piece takers as well in their side. So again, it could be something really interesting to note is the weaknesses that Barnsley play. Now, in terms of the style that Barnsley do like to play, as you can see, attacking down the right-hand side, they play with width, and they are not an aggressive team. Now, the one thing that I want to note here is that they will be attacking down the right-hand side, meaning that Reading's left-back will need to be the one doing the defending. Now, Jarrell Dorset, unfortunately, has been ruled out of this game, but should be fit for the Oxford game, and that's a big loss for Reading, as he really has shored up the defensive side of things at left-back. Who is going to play though? That's the big question. Is Nesta Guinness-Walker going to come back in? I don't think so. I think he's once again been exiled from the team. Is Amadou Mbengu going to slot into left back? Is Matty Carson going to have to play? If defending is going to be a big piece of the left back's job on Saturday, I don't want to see Matty Carson play. I think it might be a job for Amadou Mbengu, but once again, is Amadou Mbengu the best defender? I don't think so. Now, in terms of Barnsley's statistics for this season, as you can see just below me, 18 games have been played this season with 34 goals scored. They average about 13 shots a game with 34 yellow cards and 1 red card. An average percent of around 53.5% possession per game with a 77% pass accuracy. 20 aerial duels are won with an average team rating of 6.7. Now, when you take a look at the individuals of the best players for Barnsley, according to Who Scored, Liam Roberts is the best player so far this season. A 7.21 is what he's averaged. Devontae Cole then comes in second. Obviously, 11 goals scored for him this season with a 7.80. Ignore the Jack Shepherd one. He's someone that hasn't really played too much this season, but Herbie Kane comes next. Another good versatile midfielder in the middle. Jamie McCart and Nicky Cadden round out the rest of the top 5. Nicky Cadden, a left wing back that Reading wanted to sign a few years ago from Forest Green. Now, in terms of the top goal scorers, as you can see, Devontae Cole is top of the list with 11, but after that, it seems to be a little bit dry. Barry Cotter is then here with 3, and Callum Styles also on 3 goals this season. So it looks like the goals are really relied on from Devontae Cole, and if he's got Nelson Abbey on him, could be a good day at the office for Reading, especially with Nelson Abbey, in my opinion, being at least a higher level championship defender. Could be a good day for Reading at the back. Now, taking a look at Barnsley's last 5 results, as you can see here. Their last game was a win 1-0 against Wycombe, but we'll go back to 5 results ago. 3-0 win over Shrewsbury, and then there was a 2-2 draw against Fleetwood. A 3-0 loss away at Derby was actually the first away loss that Barnsley had suffered this season. They followed that up with a 2-2 draw away at Lincoln, and finally a 1-0 win in their last game, like we said, against Wycombe, in what can only be described as the most match-fixed goal of all time. Now, when you take a look at the away table as well, you can see Barnsley are one of the strongest teams away from home. As you can see, Reading have actually played the top 3 teams away from home this season, or in the away table, should I say, at home. A 3-2 loss to Portsmouth, where Reading arguably should have held on and won that game. A win against Stevenage, they're sat second. Barnsley obviously third, who we're playing this weekend. Oxford, who we're playing against on Tuesday. And then Bolton, who we also beat. Listen, Reading have held their own against the top 5 teams away from home this season, and I think again this potentially could be a case where Reading hold their own once again. But let's be honest, let's not go into this really underestimating Barnsley, because Barnsley are a much better side than Reading. they're a better team, if we're being completely honest, and it's going to be a really difficult fixture. Now, when we take a look at the actual league table, you can see that Barnsley are 7th right now, just 2 points outside of the playoff places, behind Derby. Look, 34 goals scored this season, 50% win percentage. Barnsley are a good footballing side. Now, staying away from Barnsley and taking a look at the Reading side of things, obviously we said Jarrell Dorset is going to be missing from this game. Tom McIntyre is still out as well, and Ovie Ejaria, I don't even know who that man is. Now, in terms of a team that I would like to see Reading play, I'm going to stick with David Button in goal just for now. As soon as he starts to make the mistakes, that's when we want to see Joel Pereira be put in net. At the back, I want to see Amadou Mbengu playing left back with Nelson Abbey, Tyler Binden and Andy Yeardom making up the rest of the back four. Michael Craig will be sitting deep with Lewis Wing playing in the middle, maybe just in front, just the same, more like a box-to-box midfielder with Craig sitting deep. On the wings, I'd like to see Paul McCary once again starting on the left. I'd rather see Caelan Vickers, but I think Paul McCary will start. On the right, Femi Aziz, and through the middle, Harvey Nibbs. I think Harvey Nibbs, if he doesn't make that impact that he sometimes doesn't do, where he goes a bit quiet in games, Ben Elliott should be the one to take over. And finally, up front will be Sam Smith. Hopefully, he can get a couple more goals in League One. Now, in terms of the score prediction, again, look, I'm quietly confident about this one. I'm not sitting here dismissing Barnsley because I think they are one of the best teams in the league. But at the same time, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Reading. Just quietly confident. Just feel like Reading might be able to sneak one. Look, we've done it against Stevenage. We've done it against Bolton. It's one of the top teams in the league. I feel like we can get a couple of goals past Barnsley and, yeah, come away with a win. We're unbeaten in our last 10 against Barnsley. So, Reading potentially Barnsley's bogey team. That's going to be it for this one today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been James, and we'll see you all for the Barnsley review coming up on Saturday. Let's hope I can talk about 3 points. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.